Hello children, today I am going to teach you the topic when, where and how. Introduction. History can be defined as a systematic and careful study of past events. A person who conducts such studies and records the finding is called a historian. Different types of materials and records constitute the basis for carrying out historical studies. This means that we can study our past by the materials that were found in the ancient or the medieval period, or on the basis of the records. Prehistory. Invention of the cart and the wheel, the discovery of fire, etc. are some of the most important events of our past. We do not know exactly when and where these events took place. Historical studies reveal that important events of our past might have taken place long before the practice of documenting history through writing. The entire period before recorded history is called prehistory. That means the part of the history which has no written record of its time is called prehistory. In order to understand prehistory, we depend on the material remains of the past such as bones, tools, weapons, pots, coins, jewelry, cave painting, etc. These are called artifacts. Proto-history. Between prehistory and historical period, there was a period for which we have no direct written evidence available from contemporary sources. However, the historical text composed later on suggest the existence of the major events of that period. Such a period is called proto-history. Importance of studying the past events. The study of the past makes us understand who we are, what we are at present, or why we live, think and act the way we do today. By reading history, we gather knowledge about how the modern world has evolved over centuries following a continuous process of development. History teaches us that wars should be avoided because they have long-lasting harmful effects and are destructive. We also learn from history that a small band of united people can defeat a strong enemy. Chronology of events. Chronology means systematic. It is not possible to understand history unless the events of the past are arranged in chronological order. The past events are arranged in order of time, that is, events that happened first are followed by events that happened later. This order is known as chronology. Historians have unanimously recognized the year of Jesus Christ's birth as the reference point from which dates for all historical events are counted. We refer the events of the past with BCE, that is before common era, means the years before the birth of Jesus Christ, and CE, that is common era, means the years after the birth of Jesus Christ. The importance of geographical factors. The Himalayan mountain range acted as a natural barrier separating India from Central Asian countries. The passes in the mountains have served as natural gateways for the arrival of people from outside, facilitating the intermingling and merger of different ideas, people, tradition and culture. The Indo-Gangetic Plains in the north was the area where first human settlement in this region came into existence. During the long course of history, Southern Plateau region has evolved its own distinctive identity, lending a great diversity to the cultural configuration of the subcontinent. Geographical factors also played a significant part in the way civilizations flourished and declined. Sources of history. Archaeological sources. Archaeological sources consists of inscriptions, monuments and coins. Then literary sources, religious and secular texts, indigenous and foreign sources, literary text composed in unknown script. Archaeological sources. Inscriptions, writing on pillars, rocks, cave walls, walls of forts, clay tablets, metal plates, houses and tombs, etc. are called inscriptions. These inscriptions provide political and social information of the past. Monuments, old buildings such as fort, palaces, temples, mosques, cemeteries, etc., which were built for some special purpose are called monuments. Sanchi Stupa, the university at Nalanda, the Shore temple at Mahabalipuram, etc. are some example of ancient Indian monuments. Coins. In ancient India, the coins were made of different material such as bronze, lead, copper, silver and gold. Through these coins, scholars gather information about the periods when they were issued as well as about the ruler who issued them. Literary sources. Religious and secular sources. Literary texts on religious subjects are called religious literatures. The Vedas, the Gitas, the Puranas and Jataka tales are important sources of Indian history. Through these pieces of literature, we get glimpses into our rich and glorious past. Indigenous and foreign sources. As we know, many foreign visitors came to India at different points of time. They closely observed the Indian way of living and recorded their experiences in the form of travelogues and accounts. For example, Indica by Megasthenes provides information about the reign of Chandragupta Maurya. Literary sources with unknown script. There are some ancient literary sources whose script has not been deciphered so far. Deciphered means not understood, not decoded. The Harappan script, which continues to be a historical riddle, can be cited as the most striking instance. Thank you. Have a nice day.